Okay, so today is the 23rd. Yes, and this is all the electronics. I have already officially started moving stuff now. One of my peoples, the bros always got you. Even if fam doesn't have enough room, the bros got you covered. So yeah, I've got that situated. I just need to be out of here before October 1st, and yeah, because the front desk lady said they're going to give me a. She already filed the eviction and they're going to send me a court date. But if I get everything 100% moved out now, before whenever the court date is set, so it's not October 1st, even if it takes me a little longer than October 1st. But if I plan to be out by next Monday. That was the original plan, to be out on the fucking 29th. But if I can be out this week, that's even better. My bro's back. Before we get to the main video, I just want to say I had to take this these three boxes as well as this bag and this detergent and those two boots. I went over to my car and brought all those back over here. I had to take 3 trips because my old car had like mice get inside of it and it smelled bad. So I had these overnight, but I decided to bring these here because they're gonna go with somebody else who's helping me out. So, I am getting kicked out in just over a week. Not really, because I was served. You guys saw that video already. It was saying October 7th, but I'll be out tomorrow on September 28th. And yeah, at the beginning of this whole thing, it was just like in June. Basically, I was a little bit optimistic about going back to my old job, and then but as it got around like mid to late July, I started to like part of me was starting to think that if I just like go to sleep and stay that way, then it would just like all this suffering is going to be over. So that was what caused me to lose my hair. That was what caused me even a few days ago. Well, almost about a week ago, right? About a week ago. But that was what caused my heart pain. It felt like somebody was stabbing me in the heart just from stress. And but at the same time, there are some glimmers of hope now since that I've had a week to plan everything after someone takes me to a shelter tomorrow. And the thing about being homeless is like there's this idea that you're in this position because you don't want to work hard or you want things to be spoon fed to you. So here's a collage of the reviews that I saw over the past few days. One thing that's interesting is to peep the years, the how old these reviews are with some of these. But yeah, these there was a lot of stuff about stealing, and yeah, that was a really big thing. And yeah, people were talking about bugs and stuff. The scary part is this was just a year ago, and they were talking about bugs and all types of stuff, and people stealing, workers even stealing stuff. Yeah, and his locks were taken out of his lock when he wasn't looking. So that's going to inform some of the stuff I talk about later. And yeah, you're going to see a lot of that right here. This person has never even been there. There were some women talking, and just crazy stuff. So why even leave a review? This person said, "I hope I ever never need to receive help." So why leave a 5-star review? You'll find that funny. And this guy was talking about people being spoon fed. That's probably why you became homeless. And I'm just illustrating the thought process someone has when they look at me and they don't know me personally. So and this right here, I'm going to try and document all of this. And even he said prison and jail food was better. So it just like, it seems like here nobody's really invested to even treat you a certain way. But, and did he do that thing a lot of middle-aged men do where he signs off his name at the end of typing something? Yeah, these people are just, and this person made it very clear. This is 7 years ago, but still, it's funny how the same sentiment is being reflected from a year ago and then 7 years ago, to just absolutely under no circumstance leave stuff unattended if you're not okay with it getting stolen. So yeah, very occasional 5-star reviews. Very rare almost, and a good amount of them you'll notice that you keep on finding that people are not there. And that one was talking about the weird smell and bed bugs. And this one is calling men there are just looking for a handout. And yeah, this one is throwing somebody out who had certain disabilities. And yeah, that's where I'm getting some of the, that's why I'm talking about some of the stuff I was talking about. So, and I know nobody really watches my videos, but yeah, I'll just this is some of the parks I found, and this is a day late. These are days later, and now it's talking about the day center after these next few screenshots. Some of those stuff was animated right there, so yeah, this was just some of the stuff, and you know this is going to be much worse than the women's shelter. And it's not like they really have a need to. You'll see me go into that later. You don't want to work hard, or you want things to be spoon fed to you. But like the funny thing is about that is people are less likely to give something to someone who has nothing or almost nothing because they think you've just been sitting on your ass. Some of them do. And then people who are like super rich, they walk in and get discounts in places and get a lot of free stuff because the person giving it is not worried about if you can give back to them. But yeah, there are people that are helping me, and I'm really grateful for that. So I just learned to appreciate all that I can get at this point, and just I feel like I'm more grateful than most people would be for receiving the same basic stuff. I focus more on that because like I have the stuff that I have in total is less, so I pay more attention to that. So yeah, that's an upside. So men at least psychology wise. So yeah. The thing is, people will think that you're just trying to sit down and just be a freeloader. But the thing is, um, I already have some. The good thing over this past week, I've had some jobs lined up. So um, yeah, sometimes it can be just unfortunate situations that happen onto somebody at no fault of their own. Really, like myself, I was randomly let go from my job. So I'm 25 now, and I've been living by myself since I was 22. This is the part where I get into my little story. Um, I lived at one place from June of 2022 up until June of 2023, and then that place was not good, so I moved to a second place and renewed my lease from June of 2023 to 2024. So it's 2 years total, 1 year at each. And then my third year was from June 2024 to this year 2025. And I renewed my lease on the June 15th. And then right after 3 days later, I was let go from my job. I received an email at 2 p.m. I was doing DoorDash, which you don't want to do DoorDash full time, but that's what I've been doing that whole time. And I couldn't and they were basically saying you can't dash anymore. I was like, what? And I have like record high. If you saw my stats, man, it would just be crazy. I have like over 10,000 deliveries, and just like the customer ratings are like off the charts. But yeah, and that whole thing. These past few months, I had to take out some smaller loans, and then I was no longer able to take that out. And then I decided, let me reach out to family because I'm the type that doesn't like to reach out and ask for help until like, so I waited a little bit, and I thought it would be fixed like mostly on my own. So even now you can see the front of my hair is a good amount shorter because of all the hair that I've lost. This is the length that my hair has been throughout. But if I try to pull this, you'll see it's very thin, and the hair that is available is very short at the front right here. And it's starting to improve marginally because like I'm just starting to remove the stressor. I'm not as stressed. So yeah, I don't really like the look of that. So I've had to comb it out just to mask the appearance of like the balding. It's not like natural, but it's just like due to stress, so it should come back. And yeah, since I was doing DoorDash all this time, unemployment didn't consider that a real job. So if I had been working like a W-2, I would have most likely successfully gotten unemployment, and I most likely would have. Yeah, I reached out to trustees, this whole process and other stuff. that didn't work out. And then food stamps is not going to work out because they're going to want me to, even though I received the card, they're going to want me to go to a physical place. So I said, let me just not activate it. They told me after the card was already on the way. So yeah, but yeah, I know if once I'm in that position, people are going to assume I don't have any academic credentials. Like because I'm not going to be over there looking for a handout. I just want to, you know, I actually already have 3 jobs lined up. So they are within walking distance of the homeless shelter because the area I'm in, I already told you in multiple videos the process. They are not trying to hire. They're saying call these people, call those people. You know, uh, jobs right here just down the street. Multiple jobs, very limited opportunities. But I'm going to be downtown, and within the past week, I already have 3 interviews set up next week. So whoop whoop woohoo. So yeah, people will think, oh, this person is homeless because of drugs, or this person is getting fresh out of prison. Like no, um, yeah, it's just the combination of inflation and layoffs and yeah, just like the opposite of the reverse of opportunity, if that makes sense. So, yeah, the thing is, I've seen a lot of complaints about the shelter I'm going to be at, like a weird smell, like there's bugs and there's unkept bathrooms and stuff. But like, here's the thing: it's not a 5-star hotel, is it? So like, you're not. Plus, you don't really plan to be there for a long time. At least not me, because I'm very fortunate that I'm not disabled. I don't have any extremely debilitating, geez, you know, mental health issues. But I say not extremely because I mean, how well can you maintain your sanity these days? I mean, realistically, with like finance and like, man, if you're not super rich and just people will, people will fire 1,000 people and be like, I need to save money for my second yacht, and then the people getting losing their job are pinching pennies, um, to get food together. So the bosses can successfully live a life of luxury while you're struggling to live a meager survival level of existence. So you're deciding you're trying to get a few dollars together for lunch. They're trying to save up 1 million so that they're halfway to getting their next yacht when they already have one. But let me not go on that. Let me not go off of that. Um, go off the rails. But yeah, it's not supposed to be a 5-star hotel. Like the thing is, I mean, it's supposed to be the very bottom. So the very bottom is living on the street, literally, and then just a smidge above that, I would at least presume, is a homeless shelter. I mean, you're not even living there. You don't even have to pay money to live there. So to live there for free and then turn around and complain, it's like, if you're going to turn around and complain, the thing is, those people are spending their hard-earned moolah, their hard-earned money, on, as people in the ghetto would say. But yeah, plus it's not like you have anywhere else to go, and that's one downside because the staff knows that. So I heard the staff was kind of rude, but yeah, you're not paying for this service. That's the thing. So and so even though I'm probably going to be next to like drug addicts, people who are disabled, people who have mental health disabilities, people coming out of prison, and people, mental and physical ailments that are preventing them, and very complex needs, I'm at least very fortunate that I am young and I have jobs lined up and I don't have anything physically, mentally, or otherwise that would stop me from getting a job. So I still have my driver's license, still have my social, I still have all my other stuff. Some stuff I know by heart by now with how much programs I've had to sign up for, and how many times I had to tell DoorDash my freaking driver's license, and going through that process. I called them probably 1 billion times because their system is very fugazi, as Matthew McConaughey would say. It's not Matthew McConaughey, it's McConaughey. But I used to think it was McConaughey. But yeah, DoorDash was very finicky. They've let me back on just by calling somebody for 1 minute. So yeah, but I go off topic a lot. The thing is, as far as staff being rude, I can deal with that. I mean, because anyone who causes problems, I've seen those reviews. The staff is going to be like, well, the door swings both ways, so you can always leave. And so I'll just keep my head down, stay cool. You know, I found some parks where I could possibly go on runs. And there's a lot more downtown than in this area because I've had to run on the side of the street where there's no sidewalks and shit. So I'm probably going to try to wake up early and get my workouts in quickly. You know, and as everybody knows, these homeless shelters have certain time blocks where you can go in and go out, right? And I have family in the UK. My family in the UK said they even do that over there. So yeah, there's 3 blocks of time. One is, those are just my notes for there. Yeah, let's just go. I'm just gonna do this. Then I'll let you guys go. One time block is 10:30 to 12:30. I was told. Next one is 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. And the next one is 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So depending on what these look like, there's a 2 hour, 2 hour, and 1 hour. So, and then they have a case manager. I'm going to ask them about transitional housing. Like I already have everything planned out. When the possibility of going to a shelter, that was what caused the heart pain that was most recent. The hair was just me losing the job months ago. That happened months ago. The heart pain came on and off, on and off. And that went away probably at the beginning of this week. So I'm moving out tomorrow. It's 11:41 right now. And then there's another place down the street after I talked to the case manager about, number one, extending my stay at the shelter because they can only hold me up to 10 days on paper. And then I have to specifically get talk to a case manager. Then there's a place down the street. I'm going to tell them I have 3 jobs lined up. And then I'm going to also ask them about transitional or some type of housing assistance. And then, yeah, that other place also provides toiletries. They also provide a shower. It's a day center type of place. So they provide a shower, they provide toiletries, and they let me do my own laundry because the shelter I'm going to be at doesn't let me do my own laundry. But the day center down the street will. But they're only open during the day, so they don't have a place for you to sleep. But you can shower. And there's a food pantry, I believe, also next to that other day center down the street. So, shoot. Yeah, I have 3 jobs. I'm going to move out tomorrow, tonight, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. I have 3 jobs. I have 3 jobs, job interviews scheduled because I'm going to put on my white shirt because I'm packing a bunch of McDonald's shirts that I'm okay with people stealing because I heard there's a lot of theft going on over there. And you don't have anywhere else to go. So that's the thing. What can you really do if you lose something, right? The staff knows that. Number one, you're not paying. And number two, you don't have the resources to really fight that. I've even heard of staff stealing. And when I was talking to a lady who worked there, she was like, oh gosh, when I told them about the reviews I saw about staff stealing. And yeah, that's just I've heard some stuff about that. So only things of value is my phone, my charger, and my wallet, and I'm gonna keep that probably inside my pants. And I have a clear backpack that I'm gonna walk around with. So I have a few changes of white socks, because I have 2 sets of socks. I have 11 pairs of socks that have toes, and have all types of weird, goofy colors. Those are my favorites, so they're gonna stay with my peoples. So I'm just bringing plain white socks that I haven't worn in many years, except earlier today when I went on my run. This was my last run, so I usually run on Sundays, but there's one business I didn't want to disturb them because it was 1:27 p.m. and they were going to be open for until 2 p.m. today. So I took this one weird route. I was about to start running in front of a church, but then a van pulled up today on Saturday, and I was like, they said they motioned for me to just run out because I was motioning to them that I was just running. So that was super awkward. And when I was running back home, sorry about that, solar flare. When I was running back to them past the church, there was a car that was there with nobody in it. And then there was a white van that pulled up to the church. It was a man with a white button-down shirt and tie, and his wife, presumably, in the passenger seat on the phone. So when I was coming back, the car that was empty was now facing out toward the street. But man, I'm really getting off topic. But I'm gonna have a clear bag with me. They said I can bring an iPad, but I'm just going to make sure the coast is clear because I plan to bring the clear bag with me even in the shower, and it's going to have my phone and wallet with me. Yeah, just never leave stuff out of your sight unless you are okay with it getting stolen. So I have a bunch of crappy McDonald's shirts I'm going to wear. I might bring one white shirt if I can't officially get a white shirt from the shelter on Sunday, tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday morning. I'm going to leave out at 10:30 a.m. and then set out on my journey. So I would have already taken a shower. So if I can't get a plain shirt, I might bring one white shirt, but I have to be semi okay with losing it if it gets stolen, if I'm going to let it out of my sight. I have one brown bag I'm going to put in my locker that they supposedly have. You put personal belongings downstairs and you put toiletries upstairs. So yeah, that's the one day that I'm going to wear my white shirt instead of all the crappy McDonald's shirts that I don't care about. The white shirt is going to be on Tuesday when I do all 3 job interviews. I have one from 11 to 11:30. And then I have one from 12 p.m. Well, it's going to start at 12 p.m., but there's no definitive time. And then that walk right there is going to be a significant walk. It's not super long. It's about 0.4 miles as the crow flies, so to speak. I figure if I walk 3 miles an hour, I can get to that place, but I'll have to hustle. I'll have to hope that this first place that I interview with is truly 30 minutes. Because from 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'll have 30 minutes by foot to walk to this other place downtown. And then the third interview is at 2 p.m. So and that place is very close. The second and third place are very close. So, yeah, I'll just tell the homeless shelter and the day center down the street that I have jobs lined up. That could probably help me get into housing, more stable housing. So I've never truly been through this as an adult. I've been through homeless shelters continuously as a little kid for several years. So yeah, I've been through poverty. I've just never had unstable housing as an adult. So yeah, we ball out. One day my thing is, like, you follow the things the way people say it. People say, like, invest in something and wait for like 55 years, 50 years. What, I'll be 70, 80, 85, 90. Who's to say I won't be? Who's to say that won't happen? Who's to say I won't lose an arm or leg? Like, who's to say anything will be similar to what it is now? Right? You see how quickly technology changes stuff. So like, instead, I'm trying to get fast money in a short amount of time while I'm young and to have it be a lot of money, right? So YouTube or like something in finance, because like those people make a lot of money. They don't have to go to university. So if I can make as much money, half as much money as some of these YouTubers make early in their careers, or as much money as some day traders make early in their careers, relatively speaking, my goal is to just chill and eat some nachos all day and watch Baki the Grappler. The old one, from the 90s. I found that out before Baki 2018 came out. Funny enough, I found that out in early 2018, like just a few months before the new Baki came out. And I found out about Dead or Alive 5 Last Round in early 2018, just before they came out with Dead or Alive 6, after many years of nothing, after many years of everyone thinking that was their last game. I found that their most recent game, when there was no announcement. Now, after I find it, there's an announcement after several years that Dead or Alive 6 was coming out. This was all in 2018 for Baki and for DOA. But yeah, my goal is, when I'm rich enough, these people don't work a lot. YouTubers and stuff get somebody else to edit those videos. But by the time I'm 26, 27, man, with enough money and time, I'm just going to be travel to Japan and stuff like that. and then just stuff my face with yummy food. Because on DoorDash, you have a consistent job, but you got to accept you'll never have enough money to travel or just do basics, or just do stuff that is beyond basic amenity, beyond basic needs, beyond surviving right here, like all of this, right? You got to accept that with something like DoorDash. But the stuff I'm working on right now, besides my regular jobs, just to hold me over and just to have society bring me something else, have society do other stuff for me, besides that, yeah, besides that, well, when I have enough money, the goal is to just chill out, not really work that much, and goon all day, just goon all day. Not talk to girls. That I've had sex before. That shit is lame, lame. And I'm an introvert, and I'm a nerd. So who's to say it won't happen since I've already done it before? So why stress about that? Gooning you can do anytime you want, and you can find anything. Plus, I'm already an expert at that, a 15+ year veteran. Just goon all day and stuff my face when I'm rich, and work out because I don't want to be a fat slob. Even though I secretly want to be. I would be if somebody liked my comment. I would be a fat slob if there was no way for me to get fat. Somebody liked my comment. I was reacting to a video from Chiseled Adonis. Ignore this video at the bottom from Emmy Made. She used to go by Emmy Made. Yeah, just look right here. Let's click on the actual short form video.
There's things in life you just can't believe.
I already knew who he was. You can see my comment right here. As soon as I saw it, that's me at the very top. So, man, I'm keeping you guys for several minutes afterward.
And sleep.
What is this? The fuck is this?
You've been working really hard in your business and you're not having the level of
This some bull wash. This some bull hog. Now I'm doing a reaction video. You know how many people I've stumbled into a video that said make you rock hard in 5 seconds, and it was a video. The other video was just some Pakistani girl or Indian girl talking about some random shit. That was one of her other videos.
Actually got hypnotized too. Who did? My friend Dominique.
Maybe your favorite NFL, UFC, Olympic athlete, actor, or celebrity done some work with me. The reason for this video is this week I'm doing a free live hypnosis session where I'm going to hypnotize you to have the confidence and focus to take it to the next.
I'm a bad person. I'm evil. I'm trying to hypnotize my boss to give me 9 billion raises, 9 trillion. Make me CEO so I can ruin the company, because I have no clue what I'm doing.
And your favorite hotel. You can eat.
Yeah, she used to go by Emmy Made in Japan. She goes by Emmy Made now.